All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor today. So, welcome to this Yoga for Pregnancy series. I'm super excited to have you. If you're an expecting mother, welcome. It's been a journey so far for me, and I hope it's been a good journey for you as well. So, this is week 8 for the Pregnancy for Yoga series. But keep in mind, these classes are mix and match. So, based on how you're feeling, your ability level, how your body is able to cope with different practices, you can mix and match these classes as feels right for you. And welcome to any supporting members, whether that's other children or partners, spouses, or just supporting friends and family. It's nice to have you in this practice as well. So, as we get into the practice today, really make sure to listen to your body, especially depending on where you are in your pregnancy journey. Notice if you're ready to extend into postures, if you need to modify and come down to the mat, or just find your center posture. I like to keep blocks nearby just in case we need them for some extra support, but they're not required. You can always modify with nearby sturdy furniture or other similar props. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed or they can be straight out in front of you. You can be sitting down on a floor or up on a block. I am up on a block on its lowest side. It lifts the hips and makes it a little easier to sit up nice and tall. And we'll wiggle back and forth to root into our sits bones and then lengthen through the spine here. We'll inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. Inhale as the shoulders come forward and up. And then exhale as you drop the shoulders back and down. Now let's go ahead and find a comfortable spot for your hands that can be on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. We're actually going to start with a breathing practice today. So if you'd like, you can also place a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest to deepen that connection with your baby and your heart. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here. So take a moment and tune into the breath and simply notice its movements. And after your next exhale, take a nice full inhale and imagine you're inhaling love for baby. And then on the exhale, imagine that you're exhaling baby's love for you. Inhale joy for baby. Exhale baby's joy for you. Inhale ease for baby. Exhale baby's ease for you. Inhale calm for baby. Exhale baby's calm for you. Inhale, vitality for baby. Exhale, baby's vitality for you. Inhale, love for baby. Exhale, baby's love for you. Take the next few breaths in the same way, inhaling whatever it is you would like to bring to your baby, and exhaling that very same thing from your baby to you. After your final exhale, you're welcome to release your hands down onto your legs or your lap. And take a moment here to set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and your mind. And then exhale that breath out as you set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. When you feel ready, gently opening the eyes. We're going to go ahead and remove our block and set it off to the side out of the way here. So just make sure that you have some space on your mat. I know I'm on a round one, but it still works the same if you're on a regular style yoga mat. And we're just going to go ahead and find that nice, comfortable seat here. So sitting up nice and tall. Now, if you find that your low back starts to kick in for these first couple of postures, you're welcome to use your block again. I'm just going to show you both. Usually I stay on the block, but I'm going to show you how you can do these off the block as well today. But feel free to modify with that if and when you're ready. So again, sitting up nice and tall, and we're simply going to drop our left ear over to our left shoulder. You're welcome to close the eyes if you'd like, so you can focus on sensation in that right shoulder down to the top of it, maybe pulling all the way over to the fingertips here. We're not pulling the head over, just letting it kind of rest over as if you're resting it down on a pillow. Now, to deepen that stretch, you're welcome to rest that left hand on the side of the head here. Again, we're not pulling, but we're simply noticing that stretch, that nice opening sensation here. Breathing slowly and intentionally through any sensation that's present. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and come back into center. Exhale, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder now. Again, we're not yanking our head over, but just like we're gently resting it down onto a pillow, feeling that sensation through the left side of the neck into the shoulder, and maybe even down into the fingertips, depending on how tight you are here today. And again, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can use that right hand and rest it on the left side of the head. Again, we're not pulling, but just the weight of that hand and that arm deepens the stretch here. Taking a couple full breaths. Good. And then inhale, we come back into center. We're going to take our nose and move it over to the left at a diagonal, kind of like we're looking at our left knee here. And then we're going to exhale, drop that nose down toward the armpit as if you're trying to get a whiff of your deodorant here. Now we're changing that neck stretch slightly by altering the angle of our neck. You're welcome to stay here. Option is to take your left hand, bring it to the back of the head, and very gently pull the nose down toward the armpit. So, not any hard movements, very slow, soft movements. Final option is to take your right hand and extend it out toward the right. Maybe fingertips are just reaching, or maybe they touch the mat. That's going to deepen that stretch in a different way, bringing it all the way down into that shoulder blade on the right side, front of the right shoulder, down into the fingertips. Couple full breaths. Good. And then inhale, we return to center, and then we'll go over to the opposite side. So nose moves over to the right in line with your right knee here. Exhale, drop the nose down as if you're trying to get a whiff of your deodorant. Now, feeling that stretch on the left side, you're welcome to stay right here. Wonderful. Option is to bring that hand on the right side to the back of the head and very gently pull the nose down toward the armpit. Option. Another option to deepen that posture is to extend your left arm out to the side, fingertips reaching down toward the floor. Maybe they even touch. Noticing here, just a couple deep breaths. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and return to center. Excellent work. We're going to bring our arms out to a T, and then on an exhale, bring your right arm across the body, sweep the left arm beneath it, and bring the forearms to touch, creating a cross, and then pull that left arm, sorry, across the body here. So we're getting a nice deep stretch to the outside of that right arm. You can keep your arms in this cross, or you can bring this left hand down over that elbow and upper arm there. Still sitting up nice and tall. Again, shift to your block if you need to help lift the hips and make it easier to sit tall. Feeling a nice pull through the outside of the right arm. Excellent. Good. And then on the next inhale, bring those arms out to a T and then bring that right arm up, bend at the elbow, hand comes to the neck, and then sweep the left arm up, capture that left elbow, or bring the left arm up, capture the right elbow, and then pull it across the body here toward the midline. That's going to help you sit up nice and tall. It causes the back to arch, but feel that nice pull through the shoulder, especially down into the shoulder blade here. You can tell that I'm pregnant because I can't get my left and my right correct right now. It's a good thing I'm not mirroring you. Good. And then inhale, arms come back out to a T. Exhale, left arm comes across the body. Swing that right arm beneath. Create a cross with the arms and pull that right arm across the body. Stay here if you'd like, or you can drop that hand to the elbow or to the upper arm. Still sitting up nice and tall, feeling that pull to the outside of the left arm, and avoid pulling over to the right with the arms, and instead only pull through the arms and keep that torso nice and stable here. Good. And then inhale, arms come wide. Exhale, bring that left arm up, bend the elbow, hand comes to the neck. Bring that right arm up, capture that left elbow, draw the left elbow toward the midline. Woo, coming into that nice arm stretch opposite side, feeling that down into the shoulder blade, top of the arm, definitely through the tricep area, back of the arm here. Good. Nice deep breath. Excellent. And then inhale, go ahead and release those arms, bringing them back down onto the thighs or the knees. Inhale, draw those shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Inhale, the shoulders forward and up. Exhale them back and down. Great work here. Okay, now coming into our seated cat cows. If you're on a block, definitely hop off of that now. Come down onto your mat. Hands come onto your knees. On the inhale, press the belly forward, lift the gaze, lift the torso, coming into your seated cow. And then exhale, hollow out the back and the belly. Look down toward your lap, coming into your seated cat. Inhale into your seated cow. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that heart open. Exhale into your seated cat. Good. One more round each side. Nice full breath here, using those knees to help pull you open. And then exhaling into cat, using those knees to help press away, opening up your upper spine. And then inhale into neutral. Great work here. We're going to extend our right leg nice and long and bring our left foot to the opposite side of our right leg. Now, if this is inaccessible, you can always just have that left foot to the inside of the right leg. Good. Inhale, arms come tall, and then exhale, twist over to the left here, bringing this right elbow to the outside of that right knee or left knee. So gently use that arm to rotate yourself open. Now, you're welcome to stay here. You can bend that elbow, hand sticking up in the air. That might be a little more comfortable. And your left hand can come down onto the mat behind you to help you stay upright here. You're welcome to stay right here, taking a couple deep breaths, noticing how far you can twist, and noticing when we twist how our breathing comes restricted because we're twisting, especially through the belly. Good. Inhale, let's go ahead and return to center. Switching sides, left leg extends. Go ahead and bring that right sole of the foot either to the inside of the left thigh or to the outside of it here, planting it down. We're still sitting down on our hips. Inhale, sweep those arms up tall. Exhale, twist over to the right, and then bring that left arm, elbow to the outside of that right knee, gently pressing one into the other. Again, you can bend this elbow using that knee to help kind of get you deeper into that stretch. Right hand comes down to the mat behind you for support here. Taking a couple deep breaths. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and come into center. Uncross those legs here and go ahead and find a wide legged stance. I'm going to turn to the side here. Just about a 45-degree angle. Doesn't have to be wider or shorter, but notice what works for your body. Root into your sits bones, sit up nice and tall. Good. Take your left arm, start to prepare to slide it down that left leg. And we'll inhale, sweep that right arm tall, and then exhale, sweep over to the left, reaching those fingers down toward that left foot here, coming into that seated side bend. So we're stacking the shoulders, so we're nice and open through the torso. We're rooted through the sits bones. We're using this left arm either on the mat or on the leg for support. You can also just be on the hand if that's inaccessible for you. And we're feeling that nice deep pull through the side body. Good, nice deep breath here. Good. And then inhale brings us back into center, switching sides. Right hand comes down to the top of that right leg. Inhale, sweep tall with that left arm. Exhale, slide that leg or arm along the leg as you reach those right fingers toward those right toes, coming into this wide legged side body stretch, other side. So again, stacking the shoulders so the torso is lifted, pressing into that bottom elbow to keep the torso lifted. Hand can be on the leg or down on the mat. You can also be up on your hand if that's more accessible for you. Feeling that nice pull through the left side body now. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and come into center. Go ahead and bring those legs together, coming into your seated long leg pose here. We're going to sit up nice and tall, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, lean with the heart center, fold forward over the legs, coming into a seated forward fold. Now, a couple options here. You can remain here. You can use blocks for support if that's accessible. Depending on when you are practicing, you may not be able to go very far. Our bodies, a lot of times, take a lot of time to warm up. And even though we're a little bit warm, this is a full body stretch through the entire backside of the body. So it might be intense, it might be a little difficult. And depending on how big the belly is, you might have to spread the legs a little bit so the belly has somewhere to go. Okay. So taking a couple deep breaths here, feeling that nice full stretch to the back of the legs. Shoulders are shrugged down. You can grab the shins or the feet if that's accessible. Keep the chin tucked, stay long through the neck, reaching through the crown of the head here. Couple deep breaths. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back on into center. Great job. I'm going to stay to the side for this first side, and then I'll turn to the front so you can see different angles. So we're going to come into fire log. So we're going to take our right leg and bring our calf, our shin, so it's essentially perpendicular to our body. And then we're going to take our left ankle and stack it on top of that right knee. Now, you notice here that I've got a lot of space between my top knee and that ankle, that left knee and my right ankle. So you're welcome to take a prop like a block, slide that in there for some extra support. Now, even just sitting here, I am feeling a very deep stretch in my left hip. Great. This is what we're going for. So you're welcome to stay right here, just in a neutral position. Hands can be on the legs, on the foot, on the shin. You can have them down at the side, maybe even at heart center. Notice what feels right for you. If you feel like, oh, I'm feeling good here, let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, slowly lean forward here, and this will deepen the stretch. So, not going further than the body is ready, keeping in mind that our ligaments start to get looser when we're pregnant because it's getting ready to help us give birth. So, not going too deep, finding that edge and maybe pulling back just a little bit here. You're getting more of a stretch than maybe your body is telling you or you're used to here. So, again, being mindful, breathing. You can always remove that block if you need a deeper stretch, if it starts to hinder the progress that you're making. Good. And then inhale, we come back into center. Let's go ahead and release those legs. Soles of the feet come to the floor, knees are in little mountains. Lean back onto the hands and then windshield wipe those knees back and forth for a little release here. That is a very deep stretch. So we always want to give our body the chance to kind of reset here. Great. Coming onto the other side, we're going to take that left leg now, bring it so it's perpendicular to the body. And then again, take this right ankle now, stack it on top of the left. So again, I've got some space between my right ankle and or my left ankle and my right knee. So I'm going to use this block to get started here. And already I'm feeling a nice deep stretch in my right hip. Now, you're welcome to stay right here. This is a great option, sitting up nice and tall. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, go ahead and hinge at the hips, lean forward with the heart center on and exhale. This is going to deepen that stretch right away. Don't need the block so much on this side. Hands can be down on the mat, on your legs, shin, whatever feels most supportive for you. You're long through the spine. And again, not pushing too hard into an edge here, but really being mindful of your body, maybe finding that edge and then pulling off just slightly here to really care for your body during this stage of your pregnancy and your life, really. Good. Inhale, let's come back into center. Release those legs, soles of the feet down to the floor. Windshield wipe those knees back and forth, releasing those glutes, hips, low back. This is a great posture to do just in general if you're needing kind of loosen up the glutes. It's kind of like foam rolling, but way less intense. Great. And then allow your knees to fall over to the right. Slide this left leg back at a bend here, and then tuck that right knee in slightly here. Lean forward onto your fingertips. If that's not accessible, you can always use a block on the low or the medium side. And we're actually going to lift the entirety of the left leg up. Okay. So lift and then lower it down. Lift, lower it down. Yeah, and see if you can just isolate the movement to that left leg here. We're strengthening the hip flexors here. I'm sure we're targeting that pelvic floor area. We're creating some work in the glutes, the outside of the hip here. Good. Just three more here. Two more. Lift, lower down. Last one. Lift, lower down. Great work. Move that prop out of the way if you were using it. Bring those knees up into neutral. Drop the knees to the left this time. Slide that right knee back at a bend. Tuck this left leg a little bit in so it's closer to the body. Again, use a prop if that's needed or if that's accessible for you. Leaning into the hands, kind of leaning forward slightly. We're going to do this hip flexor strengthener on the other side. So lift, lower down. Notice the difference between the sides, right? This one is a little bit harder for me. Lift, lower down. Lift, lower down. And again, seeing if you can isolate that movement. Notice when you're not leaning over so hard, how much more difficult it is to do this posture. Three more here. Two more. Lift, lower down. Last one. Lift, Lower down. Great work. Go ahead and release that block. Bring those knees back into that neutral position. Windshield wipe them out. Woo, we're feeling it. We're feeling it through those hips. And then last seated posture here, we're going to bring our legs back out into that wide-legged stance. We'll inhale as we lengthen through the spine, exhale as we hinge at the hips, lean forward here, coming into that wide-legged forward fold. So hands can be on the mat, elbows bent for support. If it's accessible, you can come down to the forearms. Keep the chin tucked so you're long through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Focus on pressing forward with the heart center rather than the nose. So we don't want to hunch back here, but instead, when we press forward with the heart center, we really feel that deep stretch through the inside of the legs. And then check in with your toes. If they're really rotating forward, see if you can keep them pointing up to the sky. Shoulders shrug down, long spine. Good. Couple breaths here. Excellent. Inhale, press into the mat. Go ahead and walk yourself back into center. And we're going to make our way onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on a socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice. So coming on down onto your back, tucking those knees into the chest or toward the belly, whatever is available to you, gently wrapping either your arms or your hands around the legs or the knees. Maybe finding some little circles here, massaging that low back. I don't know about you, but my low back has really been kind of achy since I discovered I was pregnant. So this is kind of a very gentle way to massage it in early pregnancy when you can still be on your back and things can still be safe here. Maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good. And then coming into stillness. So drop those soles of the feet down to the floor, knees are in little mountains. Now you're welcome to stay right here for final relaxation. Great option. You can allow the knees to come wide, soles of the feet together for reclined bound angle. You can extend one leg or the other for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs for traditional final relaxation. Find a spot that feels comfortable for your arms, whether that's extended out wide, maybe a hand on belly, hand on chest. If you're further along in your pregnancy or if it's uncomfortable for you to be on your back, you're always welcome to come onto your side, hand beneath your head, or you can put a block beneath your head. You can even put a block beneath the belly if that is more comfortable for you. And you're always welcome to return to a seated position and treat it just like a final seated meditation if you prefer. So, whatever position you find yourself in, go ahead and start to settle in. Begin to notice your breath and the movements here. How fast or slow it is. How deep or shallow. Noticing the quality of each breath on the inhales, the quality of each breath on the exhales. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of your belly and the gentle rise and fall of your chest. See if you can rest your attention here very softly on the breath. Be curious about the breath and its movements, noticing them. And if you find your mind starts to wander off on a thinking adventure, that's okay. Celebrate the moment that you've noticed you've gone away, and then come back to your breath, come back to the inhales and the exhales. If it's helpful, perhaps incorporate a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath here. Inhale, I welcome. Exhale, this experience. Inhale, I welcome. Exhale, this experience. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I'll be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your baby. There are many ways to bring happiness to others right in this moment. We can start with speaking kindly. The way we speak to others can offer them self confidence, hope, and trust. Mindful speaking is a deep practice. When we choose our words carefully, we can make people happy. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, lungs, the chest with air. Slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answer the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position, and we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, draw those shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Finding a comfortable spot for your hands, whether on your knees, palms up or down, in your lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga and growing a human being. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for week 8 of this Yoga for Pregnancy series here on Wild Blue Yonder Media. Make sure to like and subscribe my channel if you enjoy these practices or just yoga with me in general. There's tons of other classes on there not related to pregnancy, breathing practices, yoga practices, so make sure to check them out. If you have a pregnant friend, make sure to share this with her so she can also have the opportunity to stretch and care for her body in the midst of her pregnancy. So make sure to tune in next week. I'll be releasing week 9 in this series. Again, feel free to mix and match as your body allows. And to bring in that mind body element, make sure to check out Wild Blue Yonder Meditations wherever you listen to podcasts. On there, I have meditations specifically for pregnancy, especially one similar to that breathing practice we did at the beginning of our class here, but also other practices that just can help you with dealing with life and whatever may be arising for you, and just to help you feel at ease in your body and your mind. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next practice.